My name is Amara, and I am the most beautiful in my village.
In the city of Lagos, a girl named Amara from birth. Amara was a marvel to everyone around her. Her eyes sparkled like morning dew, her skin glowed as though kissed by heaven, and her smiles, oh, that smiles could light up even the darkest of hearts. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Okafor, adored her and often say, Amara, you are a blessing from God. And truly, she was. People came from nearby villages
She
to
is
see
so
the
beautiful.
beautiful
I
girl
wish my
of
daughter would be like
Edora.
her.
Mothers whispered prayers that their daughters would grow to look like her, and young men dreamed of the day they might win her heart. But Amara had one flaw, a heart filled with pride. She loved herself far more than she loved everyone else. She would spend hours in front of the mirror, admiring her reflection, twisting her hair, and whispering to herself, no one in my village or any other can match my beauty. She became arrogant, believing that her looks alone made her special. Whenever people praised her, she would nod proudly and say, of course, I know. Soon, that beauty, once a blessing, began to turn into a curse. The first proposal. When Amara turned 19, suitors began to arrive. The first was Chike, a humble young carpenter, though not rich. He was kind, hardworking, and deeply God-fearing. He had built a small workshop and helped repair furniture for widows without asking for pay. Chike came one cold evening dressed neatly in a white shirt and holding a basket of fruit. He greeted Amara's parents
Will you
respectfully
marry
and
me?
said, Sir, Ma, I would like to speak about Amara. Her parents were pleased. They had always admired Chike's humility and sense of purpose, so they called Amara. When she entered the sitting room and saw Chike, she raised her brow in disdain. You? She asked, her voice sharp. Chike smiled nervously. Yes, Amara, I've prayed about this. I truly believe God have placed love for you in my heart. Amara laughed mockingly. A carpenter? Hmm. Do you think my beauty was made for sawdust and hammers? Please go and marry someone like yourself. I need a man who wears suit, not one who makes chairs. Her father frowned deeply, but Chike only nodded and said gently, beauty fades, Amara, but a good heart shines forever. She rolled her eyes. You can keep your advice, carpenter. Chike left quietly that evening, and though her parents scolded her, Amara refused to listen. I know my worth, she said proudly, but heaven took note that day. The second proposal. Months passed and another suitor came, Tunde, a young businessman from the city. He drove a fine car and wore expensive perfumes. Amara's heart fluttered the first time she saw him. He complimented her beauty, called her the most radiant flower in the garden, and promised her a life of luxury. That was all Amara needed to hear. Within weeks, she was in love. Her parents, however, were not at peace. Her mother said softly, Amara, this man's eyes do not hold peace. Be careful. But Amara brushed it off. Mama, you don't understand city men. He loves me, and that's enough. They got engaged and for the first few months, Amara lived in bliss. She wore fine clothes, went to parties, and showed off her engagement ring to anyone who would listen. But soon, cracks began to appear. Tunde was impatient, arrogant, and unfaithful. When Amara complained, he would shout, "Do you think you are the only beautiful woman in this world?" He began coming home late and sometimes not at all. One day, she caught him with another woman. Furious, she screamed, "How dare you cheat on me?" He laughed coldly. "You are beautiful, yes, but your mouth is sharper than a knife. Who can live with such pride?" And just like that, he left her. Amana returned home heartbroken. Her mother hugged her gently, but her father sighed and said, "My daughter, beauty without character is like a flower without scent." But Amara didn't listen. Deep inside, she blamed no one but herself. That night, Amara had a dream. In it, she found herself walking along a long, shining road. At the end stood a man clothed in white, his face glowing with light. He spoke softly, "Amara, I gave you beauty so that others would see my glory, not your pride. You have rejected what was meant for you.
I gave you beauty so that others will see my glory, not your pride, but you rejected the right man I made for
You, Chike, was the man I chose for you, a heart of gold, pure and steady. But you have despised him because of your pride. If you do not change, your beauty will bring you sorrow." Amara awoke trembling, her heart pounding. But pride is a stubborn spirit. It whispered in her ear, "Dreams are just dreams. You are still the most beautiful woman in Edora." And so she ignored the warning. Years later, 5 years passed. Amara's beauty was still there, but something had changed. Her eyes no longer sparkled with innocence. They carried shadows of disappointment and regrets. Chike, the humble carpenter, had married another woman, a kind, gentle teacher, and together they had built a beautiful life. He now owned several workshops and was known across the region as Chike the Wise. He had become wealthy, respected, and above all, happy. Amara often saw him at the market with his wife and children. Each time a pang of pain stabbed her heart, she would whisper to herself, "That could have been me," but it was too late. As the years rolled by, her suitors became fewer. Some admired her, yes, but once they discovered her arrogance and temper, they would disappear. By the time she was 30, Amara's beauty had begun to fade, and worse still, her heart was lonely. One evening, after a particular sad day, Amara sat by the riverbank watching the water flow. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she whispered, "Why is An my elderly life woman like this?" Approached and sat beside her. She was the village herbalist, known for her wisdom. "My daughter," the old woman said, "I have watched you since you were a child. You were given beauty as a gift, but you turned it into a weapon. The mirror you love so much have become your prison." Amara wept. I didn't know pride could destroy me this way." The old woman smiled softly. "It is not too late. You can still become beautiful again, not in the eyes of men, but in the eyes of God." That night, Amara prayed like never before. She asked God for forgiveness, for wisdom, and for a humble heart. And though the years could not be undone, her spirit slowly began to heal. She started helping widows, teaching young girls to be kind, and warning them never to let pride destroy their destiny. And so she became known as Mama Amara, the woman who taught others that inner beauty is greater than outer charm. Moral lessons: pride destroyed destiny. Amara's arrogance blinded her from seeing the gift God placed before her. True beauty comes from character, not appearance. Physical beauty fades, but a kind and humble heart remains forever radiant. Listen to divine warning. God often sends messages through people, dreams, and circumstances. Ignore them and you may lose your blessing. It's never too late to change. Even after her mistakes, Amara found peace when she turned back to God. Value humility and kindness over words and status. The man who seemed ordinary was the one destined for her happiness. In the end, Amara's story became a living sermon in Edora. Mothers told it to their daughters, fathers told it to their sons, and whenever young girl admired her reflection in the river, they remembered Amara, the girl who loved herself too much and lost her destiny because of it. Yet, they also remember her repentance and how even a proud heart can find grace when humble itself before God. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to share this video, okay? Give it a thumbs up. Love you guys. Bye.